six slot cabinet. There's the base of it. And you see it already has these holes here for the casters, because this is the one that is the caster version. It's got an access hole at the bottom. This is the back. It's vented very well. Here's the top, 2 access holes. Presumably one for each of the positive and negative bus bar connections. Here's the front cabinet. Has a locking handle, which we'll point out later. So let's check out these casters. Well, it's not very much of a manual to put on the casters, but I guess I didn't pay attention. It says, you see here, it says the back part of the back panel is supposed to be on the ground. The front panel is on the side up, and that's obviously because you have to put these casters on through these holes. You put in the bolt from underneath, and although it's not really in the picture, there's a nut that goes on the other side. Realistically, you got to have pretty long arms to do this right. And fortunately, I'm 6'9", so I guess I have long enough arms to do it without help. So anyway, pay attention to the manual. One other thing to note here, it shows that the swivel casters with the brakes go on the front, and then the regular swivel casters go on the back. It just says install the swivel casters, although they're all swivel casters. You see these swivel and these swivel. These ones has the brake, and these go in the front. Anyway, let me turn this thing around correctly, and I'll start bolting it together. Okay, I put it on its back and was able to, open it up. I did lean it up against the house because the way they have it, if you open the door, it's going to put a lot of stress on these hinges here, and I don't want to damage anything before I even get the bat rays in it. So anyway, but now I can access inside and outside of all of these. And just to let you know, the nuts are 12 millimeter. The bolts are 13 millimeter. So there you go. So the cool thing is they have these bolts. They already put the flat washer and the lock washer. Turn around, lock washer in there. Makes it easier, so you can just put it in the holes. However, you see where some of them are like way back in there. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put it inside here to hold it. Okay. Put it inside here to hold it like this while I set it in there, and use the wrench to set it in there and twist the other bolt with my finger to just get it started. And then once I get it started, I can tighten it up with the both wrenches. Scratch that idea, because you can see, let me get it down here so you can't see. I can get it in there, but then I can't get my wrench out if I use the box end. I'm going to have to use the open end. Live and learn. One of the things that I noticed is they don't come with any of the extra bolts or screws for this, or bolts and nuts, I should say. But it did come with an extra one of these little screws, which looks to be the same as, well, maybe those. Maybe these over here, I don't know. I don't know why this is there. There's nothing in the instruction guide about it, so I don't know. Anyway, you can see I did scuff up the bottom of this quite a bit as I was sliding it around, so just for gits and shiggles, I'm going to put some paint on that. I don't think it's going to cause a problem, but this system is too expensive to be jacking with that. You may have heard other people talk about, you're just going to put the ears on these. This is what they're talking about, is this little doohickey here. Goes on here like that. I'm sorry, like that. They'll take these screws out, screw it in there. That way when it slides in, it has something to go into. I think they might have had trouble with these kits before, when they were just a kit, because it comes with these receiver nuts here but you can see they pre-installed them. So I think people were having trouble with these, so I said, screw it. Let's just give them a pre-assembled unit and make it easier. And but this is the other stuff that comes with it, the connection cables to the rails. And then there's also a bag of nuts out there for that. But let me get this sucker picked up and shoved in there. This sucker is not light. I don't even know how many pounds this thing is, but usually it says it on the box. Let's see. I ain't seen it. I think they should just label them as heavy as, you know what. There we go. Gotta put on my glasses. $48 kilograms. That is America. We don't speak that. Whatever. Oh, the nuts out of the box don't line up. You can see the bottom one lines up, but the top one doesn't. So I'm gonna have to pull it back out and put in another nut there. Yippee. By the way, when you pull these things out, make sure you get a hold of it. I almost dropped it. That would have been expensive. Anyway, so you can see the bottom receiving nut goes to the second hole up. And then the next one is supposed to be up here. You just squeeze them and put them in there. But you can see it from the bottom. It's 1, 2 is the first one. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 is the second one. So I'll do that for the rest of these as well. Now they all line up. So I can just put these in. I'm just gonna put them in kind of loose first, and then I'll tighten them up after I get all 4 in. So make sure it all works. Okay, I got it bolted in, and I went ahead and turned it on, and you see the state of the charge is only about halfway. And that looks like the alarm's on, but it's not. It's just the sun reflecting on it. Anyway, there you go. Anyway, I'm not going to connect them all to the bus bars or anything until I get them all in. And then I bought the 48 volt standalone charger, and I'm going to go ahead and charge it up with that, get them all topped out with that individually. Because the 6500 order is not going to be in yet for a couple more weeks anyway. I still got to get the solar panels installed too. So, but anyway, that's pretty much it. I just got to put the rest of them in. Only a 5 amp 48 volt charger. I went to go plug it in, so you see I got the red on the red, and I'm going to put the black on the black. And it, no reachy. They just didn't give me enough room, so I'm going to cut this back a little bit. Awesome. I had to cut back some of the heat shrink here to make it work. Yeah, but it'll work. Man, I got working man hands, don't I? Look at that. They're done to the nails. That's not calluses, that's psoriasis. Yeah, yummy.